Just like the title says, guys, there is one altcoin I think you should clearly avoid in the shorter term time frame, maybe even this whole bull market, guys. And I'm going to explain you exactly in today's video which altcoin that is and why you should avoid that altcoin. And if you have that altcoin right now in your portfolio, you should seriously consider dumping that whole altcoin into Bitcoin or US dollar Tether. Okay, but before I'm going to talk about that altcoin, let me quickly show you where I am. Right now we are in a beautiful part of nature right here in the Netherlands. It is really breathtaking, guys. I told you I'm going to take you guys out to show some nature. I'm gonna do that more often though, but this is really a beautiful view. I just saw a reindeer when I just arrived. A reindeer just hopped out of the woods right here, like ran into the wilderness. I really love this this type of sceneries, guys. This is much more my scenery in comparison to, for example, like a Dubai. And the altcoin that I'm talking about, guys, is BNB token. This is the native token of Binance. And why? Why should you sell BNB token? Because it has been holding so good this whole bear market, right? It has been holding even better than Bitcoin. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's kind of fishy. There is a token with less demand than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the biggest token out there, right? There's the most demand for Bitcoin, but BNB token had a less correction than Bitcoin. I don't know how is that possible, but yeah, nevertheless, it's possible. If you only look at that metric, yeah, BNB is holding quite strong, but there is a big but right here, and that is that there's a lot of damage being done to Binance right now, and that damage is being done by regulations. And guys, regulations can be an extreme attack on the exchange, right? Because regulations can force a exchange out of a certain country, which means that they lose the trading volume from that country, right? This is exactly what happened with Binance. Binance gets sued by the SEC. There's a lawsuit going on. They are getting attacked by regulators, right? I'm going to delve into this more in a bit, but they are getting attacked by regulators, which means that Binance US is shutting down, which means they're losing a shitload of trading volume, right? They had to fire 1,000 employees, they had to cut employee benefits, and so on. So this is one of the things that makes me a little bit worried about BNB token, because the utility of that token is getting smaller fees when trading on Binance, but if the volume drops, then that utility drops as well, right? And if you look into the future, the growth of an exchange like Binance is the biggest exchange out there, right? If something would happen to Binance, basically something would happen to Bitcoin in the shorter term time frame. In the longer term time frame, Bitcoin doesn't care. These exchanges, they can all come and go. Bitcoin in the end don't care, because Bitcoin has a fundamental value, and these exchanges, they can be replaced. Bitcoin cannot be replaced, and there is a big demand for Bitcoin. That's why in the end these exchanges cannot harm Bitcoin, definitely not. But in the shorter term time frame, they can cause volatility, that's for sure. But what I'm seeing with Binance, and we've also seen it basically with Bybit, because Bybit used to be number second, always behind Binance, right? Honestly, I have to say, Bybit did a great job in terms of adoption. They came in the previous bull market, they came quite early, they had a better system than BitMEX, they got a shitload of adoption, a lot of users were using Bybit, the trading engine on their platform is very smooth. It's just a nice exchange to use, right? But as of recently, when they introduced mandatory KYC, they also lost United States and Canada, because people from those countries can basically not create an account anymore, because you have to be KYC verified, which means that they lose the volume of those accounts, which means that they dropped in the ranking. So another exchange like BitGet, which one year was a super small, not, but a couple of years ago was a very small exchange, right? We almost wouldn't noticed it. Right now surpasses Bybit in trading volume. Of course, they have a good product, they have a good exchange. I made some tutorials about that, but it's also because of the regulations, guys. BitGet is not yet regulated. They are not yet big enough to get regulated. I don't know exactly which forces are behind that. Nevertheless, they are not regulated yet, which means that they get a higher trading volume. But this brings me back to the Binance issue. If Binance cannot get the volume and liquidity from countries like the United States, then it will have a significant gap in its volume, which can be quite dangerous, right? Because then other exchanges can take that volume and they can outgrow Binance. And why would you worry in the longer term time frame? Well, as you guys know, there's one big player in the United States that really wants to dominate the market, that already dominates the market, and this is BlackRock. BlackRock is already dominating the markets for years, but it's doing that with the regular financial markets, not with the crypto markets. But they are starting to get into the crypto markets, and guess what? They partner with Coinbase. They didn't partner with Binance. And that's also why I think Binance get all of these regulatory attacks, because BlackRock wants to dominate. Right? It's just a game of chess. It's a game of Monopoly. BlackRock wants to dominate. They partner with Coinbase. What do? They're going to make it difficult for Binance. Right? And that's why I think, going back to the title of this video, that's why I think it doesn't make any sense anymore for you to hold BNB token, because the growth of Binance is definitely slowed down right now. I think we are seeing similar stories or similar things on Binance that we have seen with FTX too. I'm not saying that Binance is the new FTX. A lot of people were commenting on the video that I published. Yeah, don't spread thought. Binance is not the new FTX. I'm not saying that. But the thing that I'm saying is, why should you have all your life savings on an exchange where you see smoke is coming from? Right? Where you see liquidity is dropping from. Where you see that they're firing thousands of employees, where they're cutting employee benefits, where you're seeing they're getting sued by the SEC. Do you want to continue to support that exchange and just hold your tokens on there? Sure, you can do that, right? You are responsible for your own funds here in crypto. That is how it works. You are your own bank. That's why it's also so important. For me, in the end, I don't really care about these exchanges, because these exchanges also don't really care about us, right? If there comes another exchange which works better, I'll just go to another exchange. That's just basically how it works. And if an exchange is looking a little bit sketchy, or when an exchange is having a little bit of smoke or having some regulatory attacks, I would withdraw my crypto from that exchange, just waiting for that fire to pass by, right? Because I just don't want to take any risk when there is no reward. There's literally zero reward for holding your money on an exchange which get a regulatory attack. That's just my perspective, guys. That is my perspective, and I don't want to spread thought. Probably everything is okay with Binance. Probably. Who knows? A lot of people also said that with FTX, and I didn't expect FTX to collapse. I really did not expect that, guys. But I did make some videos about that back then too, and I see in hindsight that those videos helped a lot of people. I'm just seeing now some similar signs, and I can just share a video, but it doesn't mean that I know what's going on. It doesn't mean that I'm right. I'm often wrong. I'm very, very often wrong. And guys, that's why I also don't think it makes that much sense to hold BNB token, because there will be less volume on the exchange. They will get regulatory attacks from the United States, so their volume is basically gone for now. BlackRock is really going to try to get their position. I know we don't want it, we don't want BlackRock, but this is just a fact, right? This is just a reality. Most likely that is what's going to happen. If Binance don't cooperate with them, they will be pushed away. And it looks like BlackRock chose Coinbase. And it made sense that BlackRock chose Coinbase, because Coinbase is already an exchange that works a lot with institutions, with institutional investors, which of course BlackRock is doing as well. So when we then have a look at BNB token, I think for the next years ahead, I think the potential growth of Binance is limited. The structure of the price, if you look at it in terms of technical analysis, is not really looking bullish. It's looking kind of similar, and I don't want to use that word the whole time, but it looks very similar to FTX. We get a horizontal support, and every bounce on that support is getting weaker and weaker. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is breaking out to the downside. So yeah, guys, that's just what I want to give you in this video. This is a token that I wouldn't buy, right? I wouldn't really invest that much in exchange tokens, to be honest. Maybe you can buy some exchange tokens if you're really using these platforms and you get a discount when you use their native token to pay for fees. But other than that, as we've seen in the last couple of years, these exchanges, they are very volatile in terms of position, in terms of regulatory framework, so be careful with that, okay? Guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to drop a thumbs up. That is very much appreciated, guys. If you like this environment that I am right here, you want me to make here some more videos, or we explore some new places, let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Yeah, love you all very much, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.